Pablo, Striker, congratulations. The two of you are moving forward into round 3 of our competition, which means one of you will leave here the winner of the Fortune Fire Christmas competition along with a gift of $10,000. Now in round 3 of the competition, we are sending you back home to work on one of the most iconic blades from U.S. history. And that weapon is George Washington's battle sword.
George Washington famously wielded this iconic sword when the British surrendered at the Battle of Yorktown during the American Revolution. Built by prominent swordsmith John Bailey, the weapon features an ornate green-dyed ivory handle with a slightly curved blade with a fuller on both sides, capable of delivering quick, lethal cuts in the heat of battle. The sword is carried by General Washington in the oil painting titled Washington Crossing the Delaware, which depicts the event that took place on Christmas night, 1776.
You will have 4 days to work on your George Washington swords, so do your best work. We'll see you back here in 4 days.
Good luck, brother. Today's day 1. It definitely feels good to be in the finals. Big blessing. I have to make George Washington's battle sword. Very intricate sword, but I'm confident in my skills. I'm confident that I can build a good weapon. So this sword has a slight swoop. Starting to do it on his own, so I'm just gonna keep it that way. So I'm gonna do my cutting edge on this side. I'm gonna grind in the fullers. All right, pretty good day. Shape is getting there.
Here we are back at my forge, so away we go. This is really a beautiful piece of history that we're making. I'm really hoping that I can bring it and people say, that's George Washington's battle sword. The power hammer is doing great, pull all the steel right to about where I wanted it, but she's a heavy blade right now. It's definitely needing to lose some weight, so I'm gonna grind this down and start pulling some serious weight off of it.
So far, I've got the blade mostly where I want it to. Today, I'm gonna be working on the handle and the guard, and hopefully I'll quench tonight. So all this chunks of metal, eventually it's gonna lead to a counter guard, S guard, handle, and then it's a butt cap at the end of the handle. The handle is very intricate. This is probably one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do. All right, we are going to quench. I'm going back and forth in the forge. I'm wanting to get an equal heat throughout the blade. All right, we're gonna go for it. Oh my gosh, wow. Yeah, it's grabbing on. I think we might need to quench again. You don't want to quench more than once. Really, the first quench should be the quench, and you know, as you continue to quench, and it can become too brittle and it can break. I'd hate to re-quench again, but we need a hard blade. Seems good.
It's day 2. Got the blade forged out for the most part. I'm actually gonna beat this thing over so that it has the right curve on it. This is the Schwacker board, and it's gonna conform to this piece of wood right here. I'm looking down at the blade, and I see there are 2 complex bends in this. One is twisting to the left, one is twisting to the right, and the one that's twisting to the right is actually sitting right where the tang meets the blade itself in a very critical juncture. Not what I want to do right now. This is gonna start adding time that I don't have. It is slowly coming out as I'm tapping on it and working it back and forth, back and forth. Very nice. Complete sigh of relief.
We're now on day 3. I want to get the sword for the most part done today. Feeling pretty good about it. I'll work on the cleaning up the fuller. I'm gonna try a different approach to try to get deeper fuller in my blade. I gotta be really careful with this one. I don't want to overheat this thing. Worst thing that could possibly have happened happened. I'm gonna have to start all over again. 2 days gone. I think I clamped it down when it was still too brittle. Wow. Maybe I should have tempered it, you know, first. This is a nightmare. This is like a major setback. I'm gonna take 5 minutes. My sword is completely split in half. I'm in shock. I don't even know what to. I've got to start all over again. All right, I'm gonna make a sword in one day. When something difficult happens, it's not in me to just quit. I want to show my kids hard work pays off. I've got to hammer this thing out as quickly as I can. Just beast mode. I gotta get this done. Hopefully, we'll get this to where we need to get it tomorrow.
Day 4 of George Washington's battle sword build. I'm happy with where I'm at. Voila, I give you a handle. All right, all I have to do is paint the handle and then polish, fit, and finish. I have some salmon I was gonna smoke up, but let's first test the sword. I couldn't have asked for any more on this one. For the first time ever making a sword like this, I don't think I could have done much better.
Pablo, Stryker, welcome back to the Forge, guys. You had 4 days to work on your renditions of the George Washington sword, and they look fantastic. But only one of you guys is going to be leaving here with the best gift of all, title of Forge and Fire Champion and a check for $10,000. Pablo, how'd it go for you?
Morning of day 3, I had to restart over. My blade snapped in half, so.
How about the construction?
Blade itself, 1095 high carbon steel. The counterblade, the S-guard butt cap, mild steel, and then the inlay and the handle silver.
Stryker, how about you? How'd your blade go?
My blade went pretty well. The construction of the blade is 80 CRV, and the pommel and the guard are all made out of railroad spike.
Well, guys, both your blades look absolutely deadly, but there's really only one way for us to find out which one of you guys is going to take home the title and which one's going home with a lump of coal. The guys have a few tests for you. We've got a sharpness test, we've got a strength test, and up first, the kill.
Bladesmiths, welcome to the kill test. To find out what kind of lethal damage your weapon will do according to its iconic design, I will take your weapon and deliver some lethal blows on this big carcass. Pablo, you're up first. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
There it is.
Ooh, very coarse.
2 strikes. Does it suck right now? It was definitely my worst fear.
Well, Pablo, tough break in 2 places. Looking at your grain structure, it's very coarse. You can see that from the heat treat. Also, you have some discoloration on parts of your blade right there, which is a stress riser. It will not kill.
I know.
All right, Pablo, well, you did well with the piercing, but it seems that there were some grain structure issues from the heat treatment and caused it to have a catastrophic failure during the kill test. But, Stryker, you're not in the clear quite yet. You've got to survive the same amount of blows in order to call you the champion. You ready for it?
I am.
Let's go.
I am scared out of my mind right now because it's not in the bag by any means. Anything could happen at this point.
It's one piece.
Well, Stryker, you can breathe. Your blade made it through the kill test. So congratulations, you are the Forge and Fire champion. Pablo, you fought really hard. You definitely have what it takes to compete in the Forge, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to ask you to please step off the Forge floor.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Take care, Pablo.
Take care.
I may not be Forge and Fire champion, but to have made it this far has been a huge blessing. I try to teach my boys that failure's not an option. You just got to try and try again. So that's what I'm going to keep on doing, trying and trying again. I'm not going to stop. You know, I hope they're proud of me.
Well, Stryker, congratulations. You are the Forge and Fire champion, and that comes with a check for $10,000. So congratulations, man. Well done.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
I feel great. A little surreal, actually.
Not a bad Christmas present.
No, 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 not a bad Christmas present at all.
What are you gonna do with your $10,000?
I haven't asked the wife yet.
Perfect answer.
Very overwhelmed on the entire thing. This has been a great experience. It's been a wild ride, but it's not over yet by any means.